Good morning. Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fan.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. And it's the day after the election. And I have guests, so I can't go into a full Boston Poly rant. And also today's episode is being sponsored by MTK and Family Movement. So I want to be fair to them. But I will just say that Boston is continuing to change. And we spoke up last night. And I'll correlate that civic engagement and participation into why rather we're here today. I am excited to bring some folks into the room. One of them is a former administrator at my high school and knows me from, before there was ever a Java. I don't even think I was embracing Jimmy at that time. I hated the name. We have Coach Dennis Wilson that is coming in, who is a pioneer and trailblazer with the Pop Warner local team, the Boston Raiders, as well as we have a couple of women that are part of the Lady Raiders. If you remember when I covered the Dorchester Elite Eagles, the Lady Raiders were also celebrating that they, I believe, won the national cheer competition as well. The Elite Eagles won the football game, and then the Lady Raiders won the cheerleading competition. And so we have a lot of champions here in Boston, but the Raiders have a 50-year history in this city. And we have two, I'll say, young people that were a part of it. They're going to talk about their experience and how being a part of the Raiders has contributed to their development. And then we have the active cheerleading coach who's going to come in. And we're here today because they're having an event coming up. And we want to get you all to either donate or purchase tickets. And I often say that if 20 people, 25 people donate $5 to $10, that is a significant donation. No amount is too little. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my first guest into the room and ask for the patience of my others, and we'll bring them in a couple of seconds. But the first person that I am honored to bring in this morning, and I can't bring him in without saying the words, breakdown, breakdown, breakdown. If you went to Madison, you understand what that means. Coach Wilson. What's up, sir?
James Hill, how are you, sir? I'm honored to be on one of the hottest programs in the land. I've heard a lot about it, and now I get the honor of being on it. So you've made my day, James, and Java with Jimmy. So again, but I know you as James. So
yes.
And I'm gonna ask you, do you have your pass? Because last time you didn't have your pass, bro, and I had to put you in a special place. But again, man, you're doing great things, and I'm proud of you, man, and continue to open eyes and save lives and just educate folks on what's going on in Boston and around.
Coach Wilson, you were definitely a part of that. I have to admit that when I just heard you say James Hill, it took me back to the Red Building at Madison Park. And so yes, I'm honored to have you here, Coach. And one thing that I would love to say about you is your consistency. From trials and tribulations at Madison and trying to make the students priority to being here, the Alumni Association. And then now I get to see you in your role as a pioneer within the Raiders. And so, Coach, if I was to ask you to describe in one word the impact that you believe that the 50 years has had on this city and young people, what would be that one word, Coach? And then give us some context.
Amazing, amazing. Amazing.
And then why would you say amazing? Is it the observation of the players? Is it those that went to the NFL? Why do you say amazing? And you can give us as many reasons as you want.
Well, when my brother Harry and I, Harry G. Wilson III, when our brother came to me, he wanted, again, to, he's Mr. Football. He taught me my football. And he wanted to have a top flight program for his sons. He wasn't happy with the program that existed that he took him to originally. So he came to me and said, Dennis, I want to consider doing our own program. So I said, well, hey, man, let's make it happen. And it was based on, again, we mortgage money, rent money, car note money, and piggy bank money. We pulled together, getting equipment from local high schools and buying whatever we could buy and purchase. And mainly not about loving football, but mainly using that as an instrument, James, to impact young people's lives, boys and girls. We start off as Silver Stars, and now with the Lady Raiders, the award-winning champion Lady Raiders. And we wanted to use football as a mechanism, like I said, to build strong young men and young ladies, disciplined, respectful young men and young ladies, that not only did we dominate New England in going to 5 Super Bowls, which is amazing, but also young men and young ladies that you're going to meet later on that have gone on to be successful young men and young ladies. We've been fortunate enough, James, to 4th round draft pick, William Jr. Brooks, to go to the Indianapolis Colts, and George Barnwell and Wayne Selden Jr. He outgrew the Raiders because he got so big. He ended up going into the NBA and playing with 4 different teams, and I can go on, Jalen Adams and so many more, and successful cheerleaders that have gone on to Miss Hightower, one of the top singers in the you know about her. I think you may have.
Angelina used to be a Raiders cheerleader.
Angelina was a Silver Star. We didn't know she could sing like that, because I would have had her sing and I would have been her agent. But it didn't work out that way. But she's doing fine. Okay.
It is definitely good to hear that, Coach Wilson. And we know you are with us today to sort of talk about the history and the foundation, and that is being celebrated this Saturday. And so we have some other folks that are going to come in and talk about it before we let you go. But to see this 50 years in this event coming up on Saturday, what does that mean to you, and how important is it, Coach, that the community gets behind, purchases tickets? We're going to share a simple donate button, $5, $10, $20, but how important is it, especially, sir, in these times where so much is being cut, with what's going on in our community, associations within sports teams, it brings a different level of camaraderie and family, to the young people. And I would also say to the coaching staff and the adults. And so why should people, even if they can't come, why should they purchase a ticket, and why should they donate to the Raiders?
Well, again, my brother and I could not have done this program and without the many dedicated coaches, both football and cheerleading coaches, and parents who were there day in and day out, helping with different things, team moms, teams dad. So we're celebrating, again, James, 50 years of anything, dancing, singing, performing in a band, okay, writing or doing even podcasts and shows like this. 50 years, 5 decades, man. And it's just amazing. And we're asking folks to come on out, whether you were opposing program, the Mattapan Patriots, the Mighty Eagles, or whatever, Cathedral Warriors, Lena Parks, going back a day. But come on and celebrate November 8th at the IBW Hall. Okay, we're going to be celebrating, networking, hugging and kissing, coming from all over the country. We got folks come from Cali, the Sedale Theater will be coming on later. We got folks, Atlanta, David Butler. We got people from all over the country. But we want you all to come celebrate the legacy, whether you were opponents, whether we rocked you, Raider rocked you, okay, stick and popped you, but just come on and celebrate, network, because at the end of the day, my brother and I were about the children, the community. And I just want to give a shout out to my favorite mayor real quick, James. Mayor Wu, another 4 years, she supports the Raiders. And of course, Mayor Menino, when it all began, sent us to our first Super Bowl. So I wanted just to put that out there. Congratulations to her. But again, buy your tickets, get on the website. It's on Facebook. You got 3 more days. And again, I hope to see your face in the place, because these boys and girls, near and far, my brother, the parents, the coaches, the cheerleaders, the players, again, they deserve to be heralded, honored, and we're going to party, man. We're going to party Raider style.
I'm looking forward to it, to hearing about it, Coach. I have 4 events on Saturday, and so I will try to skip through. I talked to Brother Wadi, and we just want to acknowledge and thank Wadi from MTK.
Oh, he's amazing, man.
He made this happen.
Oh, he's amazing.
We were back and forth texting and whatnot. But Coach Wilson, I just wanted to acknowledge a couple of folks. Bishop William Dickerson is in the room, and congratulations to
Coach. Man, that's my man, Bishop Dickerson.
Bishop Dickerson.
He was a hell of a basketball player. I'd have put him at wide receiver or tailback, because he can go. But hey,
and a lot of people know him as Bishop Dickerson, but back in the day, he was known as Jimmy D and playing basketball back in the day.
and
So
I can attest to that. Yes,
we
sir.
love and respect you with all due honor and respect. But last thing I would like to mention to you, Coach, is your silver star, who we were talking about, is in the building. Angelina is on here.
Are you serious? Hi, Angelina.
There she is right there. So maybe at some point you have her come and sing the national anthem, the Jill Scott version. The Jill Scott version. But Coach,
there you go.
I appreciate you being here with us this morning. And she sends one more comment. Coach Harry was the man. Coach Dennis, love you. And so, Coach, we know you have a lot going on and you do so much in the community. And before we get ready to go, before you get ready to go, I just want to allow you the opportunity to be at Sky. It flipped.
Dang it. I can't keep it. Like, really?
Hey, she
okay, we're good.
Flips. She does it all. She does it all, James.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go right there.
The phone's letting go.
Yep, leave it right there. We lost your arch with the steering wheel, but we're good. Coach Wilson, there are two young
I took it out. I took it out.
You're good. You're good. Coach Wilson, there are two young people here that were a part of the Sky. I don't believe that you are Silver Stars. You're probably Lady Raiders. And then Sidell, who was a Raider as well. What does it mean, Coach, to be aware of and look at and see? We know what Sky does in law enforcement. Brother Sidell's in the industry with that wonderful background there out in LA right now. But he said he still got his Scully on representing Boston. So, but Coach, can you speak to both of them and also correlate why supporting the Raiders is important with the evidence that we have right here?
Well, these young folks are living proof. Sky, again, like you said, law enforcement, she just took off from the Raiders and just took off sky high. I know I got me a private bodyguard to look out for the old guy. But I'm so proud of these folks. Sky, Sidell is doing acting on the West Coast. Really not surprised because my brother and I, you can identify young men and young ladies who have so much gift. And it's what you do with that gift, James. There's some young men and young ladies who, of course, got caught up and unfortunately took the wrong direction. But I'd say more Raiders are doing very well. Sam Jordan, he's with the CIA, Secret Service. And I mean, I could go on and on. Tony McKenzie, got his own business. But I don't want to slight anybody because there's so many folks that are doing so many positive things. And these two young men that you're seeing, and then the young lady Raiders coming on later that just joined in and helping and volunteering. But I'm so proud of you all because as a success of Raiders like you guys, that just influences other young people to know that from Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, whatever, JP Hyde Park, you can make it. You can be somebody. It ain't how you start, you all, because we all come from humble beginnings. James, yourself, you wasn't born to the Kennedys or the Obamas, okay? And so when you just take what God has given us and the mentoring of these coaches and young folks that have been in your lives, whether it be through law enforcement, through acting, and in the foundation that my brother and I instilled is what? Discipline, pride, that what? You're not going to always win all the time. And so when you don't win, what you going to do? Go get a gun, get into gangs, drugs, yell at your mom and your daddy, who's not the reason why. They're the reason why you are who you are and where you are. So I'm so proud of you all. Continually to do the great things that you all are doing. We're going to continue to spread the word through all the Pop Warner programs and different youth programs. Young people, keep mentoring, keep being positive to these young folks. We need now more than ever before, James. And programs like yours, bro, I'm dead serious. It's, again, you're opening eyes, man, and saving lives, and you're just touching lives. And that's what this format and platform is all about.
Coach Wilson, thank you. This is a perfect time to get you off my screen because it's about you all today. I appreciate it, sir. I'm doing better at accepting flowers and acknowledging the impact. And you have been that influence. And again, you started off James Hill. Like I was like, oh shoot, let me go get my pass. But Coach, thank you for being here. I will try to stop through.
Thank you for having me, man. Please stop by.
Yes, sir. And keep doing what you're doing, Coach. And there was so much that you said that resonated with me about what our young people still need. And there are some things that are proven. Yes, young people have changed. This is 2025. But maybe at some point, Coach, we need to match you up maybe with one of the new youth workers and have a conversation about the state of our young people. I would love to.
I'd be on it. I'd be on it.
Give Coach, give Miss Baker my best, and
she'll be at the event.
I'm sure she will.
Yesterday. Yes, she did.
She's out there supporting as well. And so, Coach, thank you. We're going to talk.
Thank you, man. James, again. Thanks
yes,
for having me, man. Raiders for life.
Say it again so we can get it on full screen. Go ahead.
Raiders for life.
Coach, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon, brother.
Thank you, man. Take care, you guys. See you Saturday.
Bye.
So Sky and Sidel, and I'm also going to bring in Ray because she is the active coach for the cheerleaders right now. And so Sky, I'll start with you. You're the first one on the screen there. Also homage to our sister. First of all, I didn't give you a chance to say good morning. Say good morning to the audience and then describe the impact that the Lady Raiders has had on your life in one word and give us context. Sidel will come to you and then Ray as well. Sky.
All right. So good morning. Happy to be here. And I guess the one word I would use would be family.
Family. Like go ahead. Sorry.
Like no matter where you went, no matter what you do, there was always somebody there with Raider pride or just Raider family to be like, now you know better. You better get it together. You better do the right thing. Like somebody was always there to coach you up, even when you weren't in the, I guess, like the Raider setting, normal setting at the field. It didn't matter where they saw you. You always had to know that family was there.
Absolutely. And that piece about just outside of practice and whatnot, like the program, as some requires that you stay in character and do what you're supposed to do often. And so we're going to hear more about that in a second, Sky, and your experience. Brother Sidel, you are the I guess the celebrity and the star with us today. You were a Raiders player, and now you're sitting out there in wonderful Los Angeles with your Boston Scully on. But say good morning to the folks, you as well. Give us one word that describes the impact that the Raiders has had on your life.
I think there can be many words, but honestly, the one that resonates with me is just Boston itself, Boston, because it was the Boston Raiders in which I came to, and my own personal journey. You know, I'm an only child in my house, but you know, I have other brothers and sisters from my father, but I was raised an only child, and you know, I was on Wheatland Street, then I moved to OP, and then I was in West Cottage, I was on Kingsdale, and I moved every year of my life. And I even was outside the city. I was in Foxborough for a second. I was in Weymouth for a second. But when I came back off of West Cottage, the Raiders that was pretty much my home. But sort of touching on what Sky just talked about, as far as with family, I actually met so many Raiders everywhere I went. And so I was a Shelburne kid. You know, I used to, you know, walk over there coming from West Cottage, you know, and then I went to St. Joe's real quick, right next door. And so I would see a Raider at St. Joe's. I would see a Raider at, you know, if I went to the girls club or I went to the Roxbury Y. I would see Raiders, you know, if I'm on the MBTA, I'm hopping to 28, I'm hopping to 45, and there'd be other Raiders with their pads on, you know, they'd be getting off right over there so they can catch, you know, say the 22 down, and then we could walk over to White Stadium. You know, my mother, she was one of the, as far as what Coach Dennis was just talking about. My mother was out there, you know, with the headlights on at practice over there by the youth bill. She was, you know, taking more and more, sons that she ended up adopting and daughters that she ended up adopting to the away games. So as far as what it did, it just brought this sense of community that to me, it was Boston. And, you know, I know we have, you know, Dorchester Eagles now, you know, Roxbury Raiders. It was all sort of, we've broken apart, but the unification of what that organization has done, especially to the youth build, to the youth of Boston, I think that is something that I can't ever really take away or run away from. And honestly, I don't want to, because it's actually made me the man I am today. It's made me the father I am today. It's made me how it's made my relationships with those other brothers and sisters that I've met and I've, kept in contact with, and everybody doesn't keep in contact like that. But for the most part, those relationships, the Wadi Muhammads that I still keep in contact to this day, that has been my brother, that has, I've played against him past the Raiders. I played with him, against him in high school. Like that Boston family, that is something that honestly the Raiders is really instilled in me to this day, but also they're projecting it out and they're broadcasting it to obviously the community of today. So that's where I'm very much, appreciative of you, especially for you having this platform that actually gets us engaged and allows this message to go out. So, I know we have, coming up, we have more, more speakers, but like, this is something that I'm totally so thankful for. I'm thankful for everybody right now on this, everybody who's listening, everybody who's watching. We have so much to literally get. Forgive me if I'm running on, but I'm
You're
just
good.
very excited about what this organization has done for young boys like me. Because what I'm doing right now is for the 12-year-old. It's not for me, it's for the 11-year-old. I only saw my father for 4 weeks of my whole life. And some people, my mother never even met her pops. But I got father figures in Coach Harry. I got father figures in Coach Esau, Coach Stovell. These are the men that poured into me, and these are the brothers and sisters that poured in me. Going to the parties over there on Columbia Road in somebody's basement. You know what I mean? But somebody's mom and somebody's coach, they were all over there supervising. Somebody got
Yep.
wild out every now and then. But you know what I mean? That was Boston, though. I got to go everywhere in the city and meet everybody from everywhere. Hopped on all the buses, all the trains. Cause why? Boston became my family, and the Raiders organization provided that for me. So I'm just, if any way that you can support that, that literally builds the youth of Boston. So, I talked enough. My bad, but
No, brother Fidel, because Sky knows, but Sister Ray doesn't know me as well, but Sky knows that this combo can go off in a whole
Sure can. Sure
with,
can.
with the youth and whatnot. So I'm going to try to stay focused in honor of our sponsors, MTK and Family Movement. But Ray, you admit, I asked you, were you an alumni? You weren't an alumni, so I'm going to ask you to say hello, and then as an active leader, the impact that's there and that you're working on now, I need you to talk about that. And so, Ray, if you could introduce yourself and say hello and give us one word for what you just saw.
Good morning. I am Ray White, the chair coordinator for the Boston Lady Raiders, who are part of the Boston Raiders Youth Football and Cheer organization. I am not an OG Raiders alumni as everyone else. I am new. I was supposed to just drop off children last year for football and cheer, and I am here this year and with the team. I fell in love with the Raiders because it definitely gave me a sense of village with my children and my family. That's how I wound up taking the role as the coordinator. I see like that everyone helps each other, whether it's pick up and talking, helping with raising the children, showing them leadership and showing them skills, not only on the field, but also off the field. And that can help them go further in life. I love the mentorship in the Raiders. And I believe that children should always have mentors, even me as the coordinator and the coach. I believe that I should always be mentoring the girls as they get older because they do look up to you. We see kids are watching our every move. So that is the impact that I have gotten with the Raiders and want to keep that impact going.
So it stands out the fact that you were not an alumni and you were just dropping off children, and you said it's had an impact on your family. How important is that impact, or how important is that we continue to support that impact? Sky talked about family. Sadell talked about Boston, and then he referred to family in the village. I just want to also note that we know from kids in church to sports to schools that cross thing. If Sadell had a situation one day, somebody was stepping to him, but another Raider saw him, that Raider might go over and try to diffuse. So there's violence prevention there. There's mentoring. There's so anyway, Ray, why do people need to come out and support Saturday and or make a donation? And I'm going to put the link for the donation in the comments as well. But why Saturday? Why should people come out for this 50-year celebration?
Come out this Saturday because it shows you what we have been doing in the city and the impact we've had with the city and the kids for the last 50 years. And we want to keep going 50 plus more years this Saturday. As you can see that many of the kids, the alumni athletes have gone on and done and accomplished amazing things with themselves. And we want to continue that for the kids coming up. They are the future. They're the next generation that will be running our world. So we need to keep pushing them to do great things. And we need to show them that we support them as we have supported each other in the past. So we need to keep supporting each other.
Well, we're going to talk about some support right now because we got a couple of minutes left and we're going to rally some support. And so one thing I want to make sure that folks know that the link for the tickets is in the comments. And what I just also dropped in the comments is if you are not able to go on Saturday and want to donate a ticket, purchase one. And I'm not sure if if they can make a comment, but if you can put donate, or if push come to shove, you can email us at info@javawithjimmy.com and say, hey, I purchased a ticket, and I'll let Wadi know that such and such purchase is a donation. And then also I want to let you know that if you can't go on Saturday, you can also go and make a donation. And we were intentional. This isn't the website. This isn't the donate button. This is the very link that as soon as you click it, you can go in, you can donate 5, 10, 20, 100, $1 million to support the work that the Boston Raiders have been doing in this city for 50 years. Wadi, who is one of our, that's the link for the ticket. I think Wadi, we already got, look, Wadi's in the background producing, sponsoring, but it's important. We're doing this because we believe in the program. We believe in the impact. And so I got to get ready to wrap up. But what I want to do is, Sadell, if you don't mind, I want to let our queens close us out. Sadell, if there was anything that you would say to community about the importance of clicking both or either one of those links and supporting the Boston Raiders, what would you say? How would you respond there?
If you have children, you know who you're donating to. If you don't have children, remember the heroes that you would have wanted when you were a child. This organization is sponsoring those individuals, changing the community for the better by doing, by giving, by acting upon actions so that we can actually cause change. That's what the Raiders organization is. And that's what you would be doing. That's who you would be helping. You'd be helping that younger version of who you were, or that younger version of who you are. So if you can, be as generous as possible.
I love the way you frame that. If you can, you got a little preacher in you? No, so I'm messing. If you can be as
We all got a message. We all got a message. And today we talking about this one, but we all have a message. And that's why if we're constantly moving the message, and we're then moving people, and then we're then moving communities, that's by moving the message. That's by spreading the word. My bad, I'm talking too much. Go ahead, y'all. But you know what I'm saying?
Because Sky knows that brother Sadell, Wadi's gonna get me your email because we need to get you back and have this conversation about impact in youth, Black men standing up. I'm sure you move in the space of mental health and self-care and whatnot. So again,
even with the lavender on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need to you need to come back and have an after dark conference, because that confidence in you're from real men wear pink to you're wearing your lavender Scully.
Okay,
like, bruh,
come on. Out here.
Oh man, this okay. Sky and Ray, we're gonna bring it back in because you got two brothers here that are just excited about impact. Sky, I'm gonna have you do the final closeout. And so Ray, again, I think for you, to someone that's, alumni, we expect it. We see it. They've been a part of the program. You were adjacent. You were just pulling up. Hey, see y'all after practice. Let me ask you this, with also correlating why people should support. What was the hook from drop off to coordinator? What was that final? Was it an ask? Was it you knew there was a need? They made an announcement. What was the final hook that pulled you in to be active?
The children, I call them my babies. I have 2 babies, but now I have about 30 plus babies on the field. It is little children. I love seeing the girls have been doing amazing this season. We've had Tiny Mites who've won Fun Comp first place, Mighty Mites who've won second place and first place in their division, and Pee Wee who's won first place in both dance and cheer, and all of them are going to nationals. And then we have the 9U who's been doing amazing this season. Their coaches have been pouring into them all season. I love just seeing the joy in the kids' faces when they are winning and just like wanting to go harder the next round. So that's what pulls me is that every time they win and every time they have that joy in them, or their little hugs every day that throughout practice that they always want a little hug and they just need a little, like, Coach Ray, can I get a hug? So that's what pulls me and draws them. So that's why I ask you guys to donate and support them as they go on the roads to national, which is going towards food, lodging, and travel. So any donation counts.
So I want to clarify, and I want to shout out Brother Arky, who's on Instagram. A few people on Instagram. Sky Smith, let's go. Ray Francis, Martin, Day, Rome. Y'all got a lot of love. And Uptriz is on here, and Janine 78 said, "Remember White Stadium." And there's and I'm not even part of the Raiders, but I feel the nostalgia here, a family, a village, and of impact. And so I just want to differentiate between purchasing the tickets. And if I understand, Ray, donations is the unrestricted, and I'm sure the event may contribute. But while we want the tickets for Saturday, this is the unrestricted. This is the thing that's going to get them and support getting them to the chair competition as well. So if you can do both, and if you can't do the ticket, at least go in and attempt to do 35, 50%, 100% of the ticket price maybe, and still make that donation to get the cheerleaders to
Nationals.
to the nationals. And then also keep seeing reference to 9U. Did the Raiders 9U, are they going to the
They're on their road to their journey, or their road to nationals. They're going into their third playoff game this Sunday.
Okay. All right. So they're
undefeated this season.
Wait a minute. Did you see how both Sky and Sidell, like that's that Raiders, they both at the same time. Yo, this is amazing. I'm glad Brother Wadi reached out and said, hey, that this needs to be highlighted. And I see Sky's impact. Sky, I got to shout out good Brother Manny. I see Sky's impact in community. Brother Sidell, I heard great things about you, Sister Ray as well. And so I love when I can unequivocally say that this is good ground. Y'all planting seeds in this Boston Raiders and the Lady Raiders is definitely good ground. We're about 5 minutes over time. Sky, if you could close us out, and I'm going to put this to you because I know you can do it. We met in church. You're adjacent to government. Make the pitch for folks to donate and give that Raiders offering. Close the door. No, sir, I'm messing.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
All right, you're ready. Listen, if you've ever been a part of something that has been bigger than you, donate. If you've ever been a part of something that has put something in you, donate. If you've ever been a part of something that has continued to pour into you and to somebody else you know, donate. This is that program. This is what's been pouring into me all my life, and still pours into me, no matter who I see, no matter where I go. You heard the other two. You heard them talk about family. You heard them talk about the love and that they wrap around the kids and they wrap around each other. It's that. It's constant. It's always there. It's long lasting. So support.
Sky, I had to pull the mic away and just watch, because remember, we go back and I'm sitting there and I'm watching when I'm like, wow, it is amazing.
Way back.
And I just am so proud of you and all of you stepping up in these times where our young people, and I still believe that there's some element of fellowship with the parents. Y'all probably get together and talk about Pookie and you know, trying to get him to do what he's supposed to do and things like that. So I appreciate all three of you. And again, homage to Coach Wilson as well. I'll make sure that we keep getting the links up. I'll put them on my social media as well. But I want to thank the three of you for what it is that you all do, because I believe that this is a service of love and volunteerism. And in this time, our young people need that. Our community, the world needs to know that there are people that will give back, that can support a place of family from Boston, and then also, you know, having that impact that Ray spoke to. So all three of you, thank you all for being here. Sky, I'm about to text the mayor and send her a screenshot. And tell Manny as well that I said hello. But thank all of you.
I will.
I will be in touch, sir. Because this
Yeah.
is golden. Sister
He
Ray.
has some things to say. He got more things
No,
to
no, no,
say.
no, no. But I need to bring him on after dark and have him.
Yeah. He got more things to say. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
definitely. Sister Ray, I done got so excited. I knocked the mic out. It's a pleasure meeting you. I love your
Yes.
presence and I love that crossover. And just go like this for me because I've noticed them when you were talking.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get off of here. Brother Wadi, MTK Realty, and also LaKenya Rivers at Family Movement. Thank you all for sponsoring this episode and making sure that this message is out here about the Raiders because we need to raid everything that is fighting our young people. So thank you all for being with us today. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you, Jimmy.
Folks, don't forget that you can go in the comments and get the link to the donation and also the tickets for Saturday as well. So please go support the Boston Raiders. I'm going to get ready to wrap up because if you don't know, we have another show at 11 a.m. And this show is just as important. At 11 a.m., we are bringing in the acting commissioner of the Department of Transitional Assistance, aka the department that facilitates SNAP benefits here in the state of Massachusetts. We are aware of what's going on nationally. We are aware of what the two judges have ordered the White House to do. And there's an impact. And we are about 3 weeks out from the holidays. And if you've been watching us for months, I've been predicting that the holiday, there's something that I could not let go about feeling about the holidays. And so we're bringing in the acting commissioner of the Department of Transitional Assistance to give us an update on what's going on, give us an update on what he hears that the governor is doing. We understand the $4 million went out early to food banks. There's conversation about reserves and whether, the state can, make up for what's lacking from the nationals. And so we're going to talk to the acting commissioner at 11 a.m. in about 20 minutes. So please plan to log back on. And then at 12 noon, with all that's going on, we're going to bring in a lawyer who understands that while Massachusetts is a tenants right state, we have landlords in our community that used to be tenants. We have landlords in our community that have hustled, that have worked 2 and 3 jobs, that have lived with other 15 family members for 2 years to save money. We want to ensure that, yes, the tenants have the grace pending financial impact from SNAP cuts and just the times, but then also the landlords may not get that same grace and sensitivity from a mortgage company. And so we want to bring Jordana Greenman, who's coming in to talk with us about ways that landlords can be sensitive to the tenant situation, but they also need to know their rights. And then the lawyer will tell you there's been some horror stories where some tenants know those rights and have taken advantage of elders, have taken advantage of single mothers who purchased a 2-family home, moved in, squatted in. So 11 a.m., Department of Transitional Assistance, and at 12 noon, a balance and understanding for our landlords that may in the next few months have to make a decision with their tenants if they're not paying rent. We haven't heard anything about moratoriums on evictions and whatnot, but these 2 next episodes at 11 and 12 are very important. So please plan to come back and join us. Union Capital right now, y'all got an hour. Then you get a half an hour at 11, and you're going to get another half an hour at 12. And so we will see you all. Pat Java today. Asiya, good to see you in the room. Brother Wadi Muhammad, as I've mentioned to you all, he is one of the co-owners, co-developers with MTK Realty. He reached out last week and was like, yo, Jimmy, we need to pump up the Raiders. And so MTK and Family Movement sponsored this episode. And I appreciate, and also Brother Wadi was the associate producer. If y'all could see our text and emails over the past week or so. So Brother Wadi is an informal associate producer of Java with Jimmy. So Brother Wadi, thank you. Give LaKenya my best. And we will see you guys in 18 minutes for Java with Jimmy with the acting commissioner of the Department of Transitional Assistance. Please let folks know that this convo is happening because there's a lot of information, misinformation. There's a lot of ambiguity. There's a lot of back and forth, and there's a lot of misinformation, and people need the right information. One of the main reasons why we have stayed here for 5.5 years. Have a great day, everybody. If you're not joining us at 11, and we'll see you tomorrow. But if you're coming back at 11 and at 12,